And I suppose, Minister, the first thing that I say to you is, in relation to economics, I honestly believe that if this bill is implemented in full, that will break the country. And because if your suggestion is that everything will have to be electrified or run on electric, and as we know it already, you've closed down power stations, and we've had 3 or 4 close calls since Christmas, and again as recent as a couple of weeks ago. The facilities aren't there we don't have the ability to generate enough electricity. And just take the data centers alone. We are told that at the present time they are using 8% of all electricity, and that in 7 years' time that they'll be using over 30% of all electricity. And you see, the cost of electricity is going to go up, and people won't be able to afford it. And it's already gone up, and there has been very little mention of it. The cost of everything has gone up, and the cost of electricity will most certainly go up, because it's going to cost more to generate it and to drive it. And you'll have to consider gas. You have ruled out the Shannon LNG, but we need gas in the interim, because the wind doesn't blow all the time. You can't store the energy that's derived from wind turbines. And I more than anyone else appreciate alternative energy, and we should be doing that. But we haven't even been doing that, Minister. And there's no mention about doing that in relation to solar farms, in relation to energy from our rivers. We can't even smell near a river, clean it out, or to help people not to get flooded. We can't even do that. It's a crime. But the trouble is, Minister, that there is no proper recognition given to the economic or the detrimental effect that this bill is going to have on our economy. And there has to be room for gas to keep the lights lighting. We'll have to, and methane gas from cows can be used to the benefit of providing gas or adding to that grid. But you'll have to surrender your ideals, Minister, that everything has to be electric, because we don't, look, just talk about the electric cars. We don't have enough points to charge up cars. And in time, maybe when they'll improve, electric cars may be fine. They may be very fine. But at the present time, they're not. It's not a sustainable idea to buy an electric car if we're driving to Dublin, or if we're driving long journeys to work, if the windscreen wiper turned on, if the lights on, because we have to have them on going to work in the morning, and in the evening people going to work need lights, and there'll be more pressure, and the electric cars are not an option at the present time. And that's the honest, humble truth, and you'll have to wake up to that. And telling people to get rid of petrol and diesel cars, people don't know what they're to do at the present time. They're not buying any car, and the motor industry will tell you that, because they're getting one story from you, the government, Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil, that they should be using electric cars, and at the same time they know that they're not reliable enough, and until they are, and it's like the Curtis, the Turf Minister, you're hell-bent, and this government, it looks to me now, is hell-bent on stopping, like they did with Bornemone, stopping rural people from cutting turf. that will happen in time when the present generation won't no longer be able to cut it, and the younger generation may not be interested. And that will happen in time, but you're putting deadlines on the people with this bill, which I believe is totally wrong. He signed up to the Paris Agreement. I believe I was the only deputy in the Dáil sometime in late 2016 or 17 that voted against that deadline, because I believe I believe that it's going to be very unfair and not viable. And that is going to hurt the working man, it's going to hurt the farmer, it's going to hurt rural Ireland more so than the urban population. And I'm appealing to the backbenchers in the government. And I'm appealing to them to consider that what's happening here is too quick, and it's going to affect ordinary working people, the working class, to affect them like nothing else has affected them before. I'm so concerned about it. I'm so concerned, and because so many people that were up here today, farmers from Kerry, poor people, and they said to me, look, it is hard enough to carry on without having to come up here to drive home or point to this government, and you do realise that those people have so many other things that they should be at today, because fine days are scarce in Kerry. You're talking about the climate, but it's a different climate, it's a different world. Once you pass Macroom or Mallow up, it's a different world up here altogether. You'd know about the climate if you were trying to survive where we are. We can only get a couple of days.
Up, Deputy. Thank you.
And sorry, Count Corley.